We'll guide you through how to debug Python with Visual Studio Code. If you find this useful, then consider subscribing and liking the video.
Debugging is one of the most important skills for Python developers because it helps you find mistakes in your code, understand how your program works step by step, and fix problems much faster. Since this tutorial is for complete beginner, we will first make sure Python is installed and then install the required Visual Studio Code extension, create a Python file, add a breakpoint, and finally debug the program step by step. Let's get started. First, we need to make sure Python is installed on our computer. So just go ahead and open any web browser to your liking. I'm just going to open Google Chrome, and in the search bar, just go ahead and search for Python. And you will see the official Python website by python.org. Just click on the official website, and here when you hover over downloads, you will see your Python version. So just go ahead and click on the Python version, and your exe file will be successfully downloaded. Just click on it to open the setup wizard. Now here is the important part. Make sure add Python exe to path is selected, and also make sure to toggle on use admin privileges when installing py.exe. After that, just go ahead and click on customize installation, and you can leave optional features at default and click on next. Here you can change the installation directory by just clicking on browse, but I'm just gonna leave it at default and click on install. Just wait for the setup process to finish, and once that the installation is finished, just go ahead and click on close. Now let's verify the installation. Just go to your Windows search bar and type cmd and hit enter to open the command prompt. Now in the command prompt, just go ahead and type python space double hyphen and a version and hit enter. If a version number appears, Python has been installed successfully. Now let's go to setting of Visual Studio Code. Just open a new tab and search for VS Code and hit enter. Just open the VS Code and click on download for Windows, and your exe file will start downloading. Just wait for it to finish. After that, just go ahead and open your VS Code, and after that just go ahead and install VS Code. The setup process is simple. After installing Visual Studio Code, just go ahead and open your VS Code, and at the left hand side go to the extension tab. Now in the search bar, just go ahead and type Python and hit enter. Now you will see the Python extension which is by Microsoft.com. Just make sure to click on install and it will be successfully installed. And also, this code provides Python language support inside Visual Studio Code. After installing the Python extension, Visual Studio Code will usually install the Python debugger extensions also automatically. However, if it is not installed, just go ahead and install the Python debugger. And now next, just go ahead and search for Python environment, and make sure Python environment is also installed. For beginners, it is a good idea to have all major Python extensions published by Microsoft installed. Once the extension finishes installing, just go ahead and close the extensions tab. Now at the top left corner, just click on file and choose to open folder. And now just go ahead and open any folder to your liking. And let's say I want to create a new folder. I'll just click on new folder and name it something like test and hit enter. Just go inside the folder and click on select folder, and now your folder will be successfully opened inside a Visual Studio Code. And now if Visual Studio Code asks whether you trust the authors of the folder, just click on yes, I trust the authors. And now you will see this is your folder. So basically just click on the new file icon and create a new file. You can name it something like hello.py and hit enter. This will create a simple Python program that we can debug. Now just go ahead and type the following code. Let's quickly understand this program. We created a function called as add numbers. The function accepts two values. It adds them together, then it returns the result. Then we created two variables which are number 1 and number 2. Then we call the function and store the answer inside total. Finally, we print the result. Just go ahead and press Ctrl and S key on your keyboard, or you can just go to files and click on save. Now, let's learn what debugging actually means. Normally, when you run a program, Python executes all line continuously from top to bottom. But when debugging, we can pause the program at specific line and inspect what is happening. To do this, we use breakpoints. A breakpoint tells Python, stop here and wait. Let's add our first breakpoint. Move your mouse to the left of the line. So just go to the line number 5 and you will see a small red icon appear and a text saying click to add a breakpoint. Now just click here and you will see a red button appear. This is a breakpoint. Now let's add another breakpoint on number 2. So I'll just click on it to add a breakpoint just like so. You can just go ahead and add another breakpoint on line number 8, and now we have multiple breakpoints. Now click the run and debug at the left hand side just like so, and you will see options labeled as breakpoint at the bottom. Now we are ready to start debugging. Just go ahead and click on run and debug, and then just go ahead and select Python debugger. From here, select Python file, and Visual Studio Code will now launch the debugger. After a few seconds, the program will stop at the first breakpoint. So just wait for it to stop at the breakpoint. And as you can see now, it has successfully stopped at the first breakpoint. And basically this yellow highlight is showing the current line that is being executed. And also at the top, you will see several debugging controls. These include continue, step over, step into, step out, restart, and stop. Let's learn what each one does. So basically, continue runs the program until the next breakpoint. Step over executes the current line and moves to the next line. Step into enters a function if the current line calls 1. Step out exits the current function, and restart starts the debugging session once again, and stop ends the debugging session completely. Now look at the variable panel on the left hand side. This panel shows all of the variables currently available. At the first breakpoint, you will notice some variable had not been assigned values. So now just go ahead and click on step over. The line executes. Look at the variable panel, and now you should see number 1 equals to 5 because that line has finished executing. Just go ahead and click on step over once again, and now you should see number 2 is equals to 7. The debugger lets us watch variable appear as the code runs. This is extremely useful for finding errors. The debugger now reaches the function call. Instead of step over, this time just go ahead and click on step into. Now the debugger moves inside the add numbers. Also make sure to add a breakpoint in line number 2. Now look at the variable panel once again, and now you should see a equals to 5 and b equals to 7. These values were passed into the function. Now just go ahead and click on step over, and the line result a plus b executes, and now you should see result equals to 12 inside the variable panel. This allows us to verify that the calculation is working correctly. Now let's go ahead and click on step over once again, and the function returns to the result. Now return to the main program, and now the variable should contain 12. This confirms that the function worked correctly. Now just go ahead and click on step over once again, and the print statement executes. And the terminal at the bottom, you will see sum equals to 12 has been successfully printed. The debugger has now shown us every step of the program. This is much easier than trying to guess what the program is doing. Now let's learn about the watch section. On the left hand side, you will see watch. Just click on the plus icon for watch and just go ahead and type total and hit enter. And that's it. That's how you debug Python with Visual Studio Code. The watch panel will now monitor the value of total variable throughout the debugging session. This becomes very useful in larger programs. You can monitor important variables without constantly searching through your code. Now, let's create a debugger configuration file. This is optional but very useful. Now you can just go ahead and click on continue to exit it. So now just open the run and dialog and you will see create a launch.json file. Just go ahead and click on it, and from here just go ahead and choose Python debugger and just go ahead and select Python file. Visual Studio Code now creates a file named as launch.json. Inside the file, VS Code stores debugger settings. Just go ahead and save the file by pressing Ctrl S on your keyboard. And now you will also notice a folder named as VS Code, and inside it you will find launch.json. This file allows Visual Studio Code to remember your debugger configuration. It is especially useful when working on larger project or collaborating with other developer.